Ooh, 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 ah, ah. We are live at the 7:30 a.m. hour with your host, Big Hoot Dog McIntyre.
Dude, I thought I would start to get bored of this song.
Yeah.
More and more every time I hear it. Where'd you find it?
What a vibe at the start. It's one of the preset songs that come with the Rodecaster, the sound mixer.
If you saw me in a restaurant wearing this exact outfit, would you assume that I'm like an eccentric billionaire, or would you think that I'm like borderline homeless?
I think there's always the fine line of that, and I think the more times that people wear these eccentric outfits that are just they look ungodly costly, I think that's people trying to flex and like, I have money because I have this $5,000 shirt on, and then you got the Zuckerberg or like that type of S that just wears like the V-neck. I think those are the people you look at and they're like, those are the people that got the money because they
So I
don't
look,
clothing.
but I got gold on the side. Does that like? Do you assume like that's pure gold, or do you assume that guy got that at a gas station and he probably
if it was you, I'd be like, he bought the real gold. If it was anyone else, I would probably say he spent the $3 on the spray paint can to nice up the sides.
I was shopping the other day down in Abbott Kinney, which is this avenue down in Venice Beach, and I was going with a friend, and we went to the store, and they had gold chains, and I like gold. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to this championship, and I need a new gold chain. And it was like some kind of pendant thing.
Probably something you didn't find on the street.
No. This is not a gas station buy. I almost bought it. I'm so lucky that it didn't fit me, but it would have been a bad day. It would have been a bad day because I just, when there's no price tags on anything. If you ever get in a situation there's no price tags available, run for your life. Run.
There was a famous quote, and it goes something like this: if you want to shop to not be able to look at I'm going to mess this up. If you want to be able to shop without looking at the price tag, you gotta start working without looking at the clock.
That's pretty true. I think I don't know what the balance is.
Hey, did you know we have a special guest today?
Do we?
Yeah. He goes by the name of AA, aka Austen Snoston Alexander.
Snoston?
And he runs this little company called Battle Bunker, but it's starting to blow up. He might come on the show and we might like expose his channel to like really get him the viewers that he needs.
I think he needs Morningwood Radio to boost his seat up a little bit. I know that he's trying to get a little. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? Oh,
Ron, you're not going to give me an intro like you did Hunter?
Whose pour is in yellow?
You're not going to give me an intro, Ron?
Absorbent is he?
Absorbent. Dude, why don't I have a yellow Battle Bunker shirt?
I know. I only got the green one.
I've got plenty for you here.
Austin's only given me 2 shirts, and I worked my ass off for those 2 shirts. Yesterday, I was wearing my other one, the green one. It's covered in sweat, so I couldn't wear it today.
I give you test gear. You got sandbags, vest. You got
test gear.
Yeah,
those test gear are nice.
You're welcome.
You mean the sandbags that I use to test all of our workouts?
Yeah. I allowed you to have those. Did we lose him?
I don't know. I'm fine. I'm right here.
Zoom freeze. Maybe.
Yeah. UFOs.
All right. I believe we have some questions to answer.
We have a lot of things to answer, but let's check in with you first of all. Okay. Last time we talked, you were in the middle of a bodybuilding show. You were training for you just want to transform your body. You're working with some trainer, but you're working with a trainer and transforming your body. You were getting ready for a 70.3 Ironman, and then by accident you got signed up for the Starvation Triathlon.
Yeah.
Tell me about your life, dude. What's new? People want to know because they're inspired by you. You run a fitness company now, so what have you been doing to keep up your fitness?
Lots of long runs, bikes, swims. I also a little bit less of the strength stuff, but I still go in the gym and do some bodybuilding style stuff. It's therapeutic for me.
You
down
just came
about.
out of the water, 60-minute swim workout, right?
Yep.
Wow.
The thing with swimming, like I can just keep going if I turn my brain off. Like I swam 4 miles in the Hudson Bay. First mile felt like I was drowning, but then I was fine. The other 3 miles, it's just like swimming is so repetitive, and all you hear is that water. So like with running, you have your sight, you have your hearing. It's a
And
beautiful
then
day. With water, you basically like have to turn your ears off too. So all
You
you're
do
seeing
have-
is the bottom of a pool,
Your
and
body's
it's
very
just
similar to a beluga whale.
it's what?
You have a very similar body to a beluga whale, so I can understand how you feel very at home.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Awesome. But haven't you lost like 20, 30 pounds so far?
It's about 20 pounds. Yeah. I
Nice
want to get
job.
down to about 220, dude. I would be pretty shredded. I'm
What-
230 now.
220 is the
What were
Clydesdale division.
What were you at your peak?
248.
Was it like a shapely 248 or like a
It was like
not
a
so
burly.
proud?
It was
Not
like
so
a husky
proud.
burly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you weren't rocking like a big old beer gut with 240.
No,
You're
he has
tall
thunder
guy.
thighs.
I
He
was
has
like
thunder
halfway
thighs.
there. I had just doing so much. It caused me to, unfortunately, not prioritize my training. And this year I said, I'm going to prioritize my training. I started running again. Like I was built to run. I mean, I can run fast if I want. I can run long distance if I want. I just have put on so much weight in the last probably 5 years. I used to be 6'3", 180 pounds. And when I got to 250, that's 70 pounds.
What was your favorite body type? What year?
Probably.
Tell me.
It had to be 2018. After my bodybuilding show, I had bulked up a little bit to a more comfortable, like 215. And I was quick. I was fast. I could breathe well. I felt great.
You look great.
I do, or I did. I did.
I'm assuming you look great. I've seen some pictures.
Let me see if I can bring up a photo.
You just watch any of his morning stories. He likes to flex a lot in the mirror.
Boy.
Ooh.
Show me that milk. So one of the questions I really like to ask people, because Morningwood Radio is about that morning energy. Like, what wakes you up in the morning these days? What's your thing? When you get out of bed, what's the first thing you think of?
I think of how can I make what I'm doing better, whether it's a fitness goal or battle bunker or YouTube production, whatever it is. And I think about those thoughts on a walk. Hardly, no phone. I'll make a story and promote sleep in the morning on my social media. But then I take a walk, a long walk, about 30, 45 minutes, and I center my thoughts.
With the
Like,
dogs?
what do I want to do today? What do I want to get done today? And then I'll sit down. It used to be at 8, but now it's about 7. And I will schedule my day out from about 8 to about 4 p.m. And that's what I do. I mean, I've been very blessed to center what I love to do, center my job around what I love to do, making videos, working out, helping other people, hosting competitions, everything. So all of that excites me.
Is there anything else about your morning routine that's magical besides that walk? Do you drink yerba mate?
No, I'd wake up, I drink 16 ounces of water on the dot.
You drink boba tea?
Boba?
Do you remember, Hunter, when I was at your house, and first thing I would do, I would grab one of those 16.9 ounce bottles of that Niagara and drink it. It's in my morning routine every single morning, 16 ounces.
Austen carries around this big black bottle like a baby everywhere he goes.
I have to stay hydrated.
Dude,
And
Kenneth.
you do too.
Kenneth just dropped this note on us. He's a room full of amazingly good-looking dudes.
Thank you,
Dudes give such good compliments. I'm just going to put this out there. Chicks need to step the fuck up. I know Austen doesn't like me cursing, but you guys need to start handing out more compliments. Like, dudes walk up to you all the time and compliment stuff that probably doesn't even really deserve a compliment because men are just like, they're prone to compliment women and praise women. Men deserve to be praised too. I think Austin's a fabulous looking guy. I think, Ryan's got really good looking hair these days. I've been noticing it a lot lately. I'm like, I really like Ryan's hair. Men deserve to be complimented more. Like, I can honestly say I cannot remember The
I
last
like your
time someone just
chiseled
like,
jawline, Hoot.
thanks, babe.
Yeah.
And it's nice. It doesn't cost you anything to compliment somebody. You don't have to like walk up and like put your hand down their pants and be like, ooh. No, just be like, hey, you're a
But
good
I think
looking
these
guy, or you're a
days you
cool
might
person.
have to you kind of got to walk that tightrope, because if you get a little bit too, one way or the other, that nice compliment can go from, oh, he's being a really nice dude, to a creep. And I don't know, I think it
No, I,
turns very instantly into like, oh, that guy said I had a nice smile, that's a creep. And you're like, I thought you had a good smile, dude.
I comment like on people's photos all the time, like dudes' photos. I'll be like,
Yeah.
this guy's a cutie, or
Yeah.
just stuff to just hype them up.
But in real life, it's so much better. So I've been practicing for a while. Just like if I see somebody, it's just an icebreaker, not in the way that I need to start a conversation, but I just recognize we all go through our lives with just like hands on our phones and doing random stuff, not paying attention. And you just walk up to somebody and be like, hey, man, I really like those shoes. Simple. Walk away.
Yep.
Yeah. So other than that, we asked you what you've been inspired by these mornings. We asked you about your morning routine. Yeah, obviously we've got something really big coming up, which is going to be the next chapter of Battle Bunker, and I'm assuming that takes up a lot of your time. It takes up a lot of my time, honestly. I think about it constantly, and I think a lot of people have been showing up here. Marshall, Caleb, even JFit. There's already some guys just getting in here wrapping up questions, but I don't know if you have a list of questions you want to kind of rattle off, or if you just want to kind of bounce back and forth and just start to openly break down what the structure of our schedule is going to look like, what people can expect, what people should be prepared for. How would you like to handle this, being that you are the founder of such a business?
So I think we'll go with the questions first. You have some, I believe, that you asked on Instagram, and so do we. So let's just go over some of those questions.
Yeah,
Rattle 'em off.
if you jump into Hunter, if you jump into the review questions within the story, you should be able to populate through that.
Okay, I got to go through this thing. I have this
So
block on my phone.
I've got one. I've got one for you, Hunter. This is a great one, asked
Ooh,
by Riley. Who comes up with the workouts, and how do you come up with the workouts?
Mm.
pretty
Wait,
excited
Battle
about this
Bunker?
question. Let me take off my
Yeah.
sunglasses so I can directly address you, Riley. This is a guy or a girl?
This is a
Riley Reed.
female.
Ooh, a female listener.
Mm.
I come up with the workouts and then I talk to Austen about them. It's not like this kind of closed experience where I come up with a workout, write it down on a piece of paper, and then never talk to him again. So I've been competing professionally for 12 years and across a lot of different sports. And I've just recognized the things that test a human's capabilities. And there's a couple things that I really align with. And there's some things that I think are kind of just gray. Like they're there, they make noise, but they're not valuable. And especially in the way that we're trying to develop a new kind of athletic approach, an athletic challenge, and define a different form of fitness and performance. I'm trying to isolate and find a certain person. So, when we looked at the open needs to be able to be done by everybody. It needs to be very basic because we want to be able to reach the masses and test the masses, get some awesome data. The regionals need to be a tier above that. Still somewhat basic movements, a little bit more intense, a little bit longer, a little bit more strange because, we're going to end up in strange situations when we get to the championship level. So I need to start bringing that in. And when I say strange, it needs to be something that push-ups, pretty common. I need to find something different. I need to test you mentally, physically, spiritually, so on and so forth.
Are you talking about
Like,
the yard work workout?
no, I'm talking about so like
Noticed
that.
Marshall
What
person
one
posted
that really mixes up everyone's head, I think, is going to be the last athlete standing, that race where everybody is going to be going out on a track. Caleb addressed this to understand how the distance of it. It's going to be between 200 and 400 meters because each location is a little bit different, but each lap is going to be around 60 seconds to 80 seconds per lap. that event right there is everyone's going to be going out in a pack, and everyone's probably going to be charging, and paces are going to be changing at all times to kind of mess with your competitors. And you have to play to your strong suits, because you may not be the person who's got the stamina, but you maybe have the speed. So you might be able to make it through the first 2 rounds and really put yourself in a good position by running really fast in the beginning. So it's not a time trial. It's a drop off kind of event. So you'll notice strategy, and you'll watch athletes really practice and learn how to jock for position. So that's a really exciting one. But I've designed all these workouts because eventually what we wanted to prepare people for is getting them towards the championships, which is really the defining aspect of our sport. And at that level, it is such an incredible experience that we're designing. It's going to be unlike anything we've witnessed before inside the sports world. We're taking sectors of special forces, high performance training, psychological training, and finding this incredible community of athletes. And trust me, like, it's everyone's goal, if you're listening to this, to try to get there, because the experience that we're going to create for you is so far above anything else you've witnessed. It will really define your athletic career if you make it.
Spot on.
Talk about cash prizes. Austen and the
Open
ante
money.
on those first, second, thirds.
Yep. So
We ain't talking about $100 gift cards.
no, definitely not. There's some serious cash prizes involved. We started out the
A Starbucks gift card.
we started out the beginning of the year, and it was 51,000, and we made a change. We had to decrease it. We spread out the cash prizes more. So I made sure all of the combine athletes knew this before we sent out regional invites, so they had the chance to deny if they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And it was going to be 20K, I believe 5K and or 3K and 1K.
Mm-hmm.
And now it is 8K, 5K, and 3K. Yeah. So 8, 5, and I'll have to look at the announcement, but the cash prizes are spread out more. It overall decrease, but they are spread out. So when we made this notification, nobody denied because of the cash prizes. So we're still able to give like very high cash prize. I believe it's the highest cash prize in the sport, right, Hunter?
Zoom freeze.
Did we lose him again? Yeah. So those are the cash prizes. And we also have a few, like we just gave away $1,000 in the combine. Like we're giving away $1,000 honor award at the games, and there's going to be serious cash prizes involved.
Is there an opportunity or chance to within the race to win extra cash bonus prizes within that isn't part of like the first, second, third podium? It's like if you hit this time, oh, there he is. Let's bring him back. If you hit this time under a certain time, or here's the event. If you do this under a certain time, you get a $500 cash bonus for hitting that.
Very possibly, yeah. We're gonna chat with our sponsors to see if there's a sponsor like maybe Powerlift that wants to put some additional cash prize or help us put additional cash prizes on certain workouts. So yeah, there are going to be some goodies in there.
Do you guys like how it was reincarnated as Thunderham?
Yeah, it's nice.
It's pretty great. I'm not gonna lie. What did I miss? I'm sorry. Something's wrong.
We were talking about cash prizes, how it started out here, but then, rearranging what the first, second, and thirds are. But then that allows also talking to sponsors that within the event, there could be the potential of other cash bonus prizes that aren't necessarily dealing with, winning the overall thing.
Yeah. I'll admit, like, I don't know. My best way of putting this is if you guys are an athlete, understand that we're designing the best opportunity possible. And the one thing that I have to say I'm really proud of our business is we're unlike all these other companies that you'll compete with. You'll get the check within like 48 hours. So show up, throw down, cash your check shortly thereafterwards. We're designing this thing to really try to make sure that the experience for athletes is amazing at first. So we have to focus on the actual infrastructure of the business rather than the cash like prizes. And then from there, I think that's where a lot of these businesses screw up. And I've witnessed this over the past couple of decades is they start with these huge cash prizes and everything. And then all of a sudden the race lasts one season and then they blow up. We're building something that's going to be a truly a legacy business. And you guys, we promise to bring some really incredible, aspects of performance training and, fitness culture, and also some sick cash prizes. So you guys will be rewarded.
Ultimately, I want this to be a sustainable ecosystem for athletes to compete full time if they choose to do so. I want athletes to put in the time year round and compete. I want them to be able to do this full time, whether through sponsorships or, building their social channels to partner with sponsors, cash prizes, anything, whether it's through licensing merchandise with their name on it. Like I want to provide an opportunity for athletes to do this full time. And right now in the hybrid space, there's really not a place for athletes to do that full time. Would you agree, Hunter?
I'm going broke doing High Rocks, to be totally honest.
Yeah.
I'll admit the reason why I'm so invested in Battle Bunker is I met Austen and I was really inspired by the guy. I don't meet a lot of people that work as hard as Austen does. And that was something that I'll be really upfront. Like, that was the first thing that inspired me. I saw what he was doing. I was like, nobody's taking this approach and he's working hard. Secondly, I spent so many years in this sport watching everything that went right and also witnessing all the things that went wrong. And I don't know almost any athletes in our sport that have been here that are able to really sustain a career in this thing. It's extremely complicated. So I want to be able to design an opportunity for athletes. Like I remember when I did OCR Stars and I started it, the first person I thought of was VJ. This guy's the #1 athlete in the world at obstacle course racing at the time. And he's not even able to make $1 doing it really. So basically I'm going to work my ass off to make sure that, athletes in the future are able to have a better opportunity than I did going through the same exact thing. So that would be honestly like a goal of mine. I'd be so proud. I don't need to make any more money off this industry. VJ is?
Yeah. He flipped it around. He's like, I don't know if he's gluing. He's got parts and bits and pieces, and he's doing his own thing, or like designers are worried. But he's like, I glued this on. There's a bubble, but I'm gonna strip it and re-glue it. But he's got the design rubber sole, and he was talking about design features of this new shoe that he's bringing.
Rad.
Yeah.
Super rad. But that was the point that I was trying to make. I just want to address something. Here's a question. Someone's been asking about the push aspect of our training, and there's not a lot of pull. In reality, I don't see a lot of pull in sports that we do. I see a lot of, pick things up, move things. So the movements that are going to be inside a Battle Bunker regionals is a shoulder to overhead, which is technically a push, but not, it's like a full body thing. A push up, whatever, and a squat, just legs. And then you have bench press, deadlift. So it's not really that biased. In reality, the deadlift is a massive pull. Mm-hmm. And what you're going to witness in the championship level is you're not going to be seeing people doing dumbbell rows or tons of pull-ups and stuff. That would be maybe 10% of our range of motion for an event like Battle Bunker. I'm trying to prepare you guys for things that you're going to witness, experience, and need to be ready for at the championship level. You're not going to be, in these smoothed out CrossFit rings where you're doing muscle ups and slow motion and stuff. And you're not going to be doing, really nice knurled, perfect Alico bars where you're doing snatches and stuff. Be ready to take things from the ground and do some gnarly work with them. Get ready to move heavy things at rapid paces, and then get ready to run as hard as you possibly can.
So, Hunter,
formula.
I got a question for you. The workouts that you're putting together for the regionals and then the finals and then the game day show, are these workouts like to the T that you've done in previous competitions, or it's kind of like a hybrid to where it's like in this competition we had this, in this competition, a year later we had this, and you're like doing like a hybrid of those things to create the championship workout?
To be honest, what I did was I took experiences from past years. I took studying special forces or highest level of tactical first responder tests,
Mm-hmm.
and I started to bounce back and forth from experiences and just looking at things like that. So the barbell capacity test, I basically took a time domain that you'd witness in any kind of basic military PT test,
Mm-hmm.
and I realized I said push-ups and pull-ups and sit-ups aren't great indicators of performance. I so basically from there, I decided to put barbells in because I think it's more important to be able to see someone's ability to move higher amounts of weight in short periods of time. So like that's an example. The yard work one, it reminded me a lot of Murph, but I recognize that in reality, the pull-ups and Murph don't make a lot of sense. The way that the CrossFit world has used butterfly pull-ups, it's kind of almost entirely eliminated the actual capacity of a pull-up. Like I think I did the pull-ups in like under 2 minutes when I did Murph, and I didn't use my upper body at all. I just found ways to worm through it. So it's not super meaningful in the test that we're trying to figure out. So those are just some basic breakdowns behind what we're doing.
Okay. Let's move into to another question.
Yeah.
Can we use hands on knees while doing weight vest squats?
No.
Hands free.
That's not a squat. That's you blowing your butt and then pushing yourself back up again with your arms.
Yeah. Question from Luke.
Luke,
Yeah.
you're a cheater.
I agree. Are we allowed to drop deadlifts from the top?
You are.
So what is considered, another question from Monique, what is considered a full rep deadlift? Is it ground to ground or ground to top?
Technically ground to top. The test of a deadlift is not the lowering capability, it's the lift. So in my mindset, I've never tested someone's ability to lower a bar back down unless you're doing a negative, which is not part of our test.
Yep.
So technically, if you want to go singles the entire time, you certainly can. The one thing that I'm going to warn everybody for is like you will get no reps. So we want to see full lockout and like a brief pause at the top and then a down. Like a lot of people I've watched in competitions pick these things up and they're traveling upward as they're letting go of the bar. And they allow the extension of their shoulders to kind of come through as the bar is not really even their hands anymore. So that's a really sneaky trick that people like to do.
What about like bouncing it off the ground?
Yeah, so, we're not going to allow bouncing. We'll pull your score if we catch that you guys are bouncing. We have judges, I'll be there. Don't screw up your reps. Like, be efficient. If you're getting 1 rep per every 2 seconds, that's a lot of reps. It's a lot of reps. And for the guys especially, that'd be painful. So I trust that you guys can have control. I'll know if you're bouncing and not. Have control, show good form, and you guys will get points.
All right. I've been getting this question a ton, and I've already said conventional, but another question from Monique, conventional or sumo deadlift?
Conventional.
Yeah.
Do you think sumo deadlifts are real deadlifts?
No, there's not one real world movement where you do brace in a split. I'm not going to speak fully on the conventional deadlift because every single time I start to get a little wild, I can see Austen shudder whenever I say something. He goes, ooh, he tries to dodge it. But listen, guys, let's be realistic. Conventional sumo deadlifts are embarrassing. Anybody who allowed that in competition. In reality, guys, this is an athletic performance-based test. It's not a whatever the heck you call that kind of lift test. So you will have your feet between your hands and you will lift like an adult.
Perfect. I mean, Yeah, Hunter's so like unpredictable sometimes. I never know what he's going to say. So yeah, that's why I kind of flinch.
He gets so nervous around me.
Where are we going with this? Sometimes
don't get
I'll start a
nervous.
conversation and I don't know where I'm going to finish. Mike Scott.
I saw before, though, when I mentioned the hand down the pants thing, you dodged and you put your hand like this. It was an immediate reaction. You're like, ooh, I got to hide.
Right,
you don't even notice it.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
You got
There's
who
Hunter
keeps on
doing
bringing
his
up these videos? I've got too bad at ADD for you guys to keep on playing these things. That's a great test.
Yeah, that's Farron Morgan right there from the UK.
I love Farron Morgan.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, MVP in my heart.
Another question. I'll answer this. Will the competition be posted on YouTube? Yes, we are live streaming both regionals. And then obviously we're live streaming the championship. The championship, the live stream is going to be so much better than it was last year. It was already pretty good last year, in my opinion.
How are you up in the ante on doing the live stream for these events?
We're doing from different streaming softwares. We have better internet connectivity. We are also have things like sliders and motion like camera operators. So the cameras will be like, kind of like similar to NFL or sporting, where the cameras will be on a crane. Yeah, cranes. Yeah, so we're putting a lot of production to the live stream. I'm very, very excited about that.
Just like my candle, boys.
Let's catch up in the chat. What brand weight vest is provided? Can we bring our own? You cannot bring your own. You will have, for females, 14-pound brute force weight vests, and then for men, 20-pound brute force weight vests. Same as the sandbags. The sandbags do have handles. They are brute force athlete bags. So if you go on the brute force website, look at the bag, that's what you'll be using.
Very cool.
Toads.
Are they one of your sponsors, or are you just like, this is a good brand, so Austen Alexander credit card bought these?
No, they're coming in as a gear sponsor.
Very cool.
Yeah, I spoke to Hunter, and I spoke to Jeff, the CEO, and Mark over there, and I believe they will be on site with us as well.
Nice job, Brute.
I have to admit, I have a Brute sandbag from 2017, and I have beat that thing to death, and it's never broken.
Here's a question from Marshall. Hunter, you and I just spoke about this about an hour ago.
Yeah. We are amending the rules. I thought about it greatly. I'm sorry for anybody who's going to be heartbroken by this, but things change, and it's for the better. When you guys are benching, from your butt cheeks to the top of your shoulder blades need to be in contact. And if none of that powerlifting kind of bow out, so flat back, we're going to be looking. And if you guys lift off a little bit, like we'll warn you, if you continue to lift off, you'll get no reps. This is just going to be for the sake of making sure that all reps are going to be easily judged and easily repeatable. So flat backs on the bench.
Okay. Here's another question. So we've made equipment. If you want to use wrist wraps, that's good. Lifting straps will not be allowed to help you hold the bar. Yeah. So, because another important thing during these workouts is grip. What
the heck was that?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's another question. Push-ups, can we rest in the down position, sort of like hand release push-up?
Yeah.
Yep. You can do anything you want to rest, but keep in mind that's, going to extend your time. But yes, you can, Jordan. Yeah. And we realize people are going to be failing on the push-ups. Like it's we don't expect you to do them unbroken at all. Just get the reps done.
One thing I'll warn you guys that I notice happens a lot is people do the push-up, and as they're going up into the push-up, they put their knees down. So make sure you guys fully lock out your push-ups, show a push-up, and then put your knees down. Just be careful. I don't want you guys to get no reps.
Another question from Jordan. What are the squat standards?
Pretty simple. Squat down, break parallel, stand up, full lockout.
Yeah, so full lockout, break hip crease 90, break 90, and then hips fully extended at the top. Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll warn people, these vests, just to give you guys a head up, are unlike 511 tactical or plate carriers, typical plate carriers. Plate carriers are beneficial on push-ups and they're non-beneficial on squats because they usually get in the way of your hip, hip range of motion. So guys, you should try to test workouts with these kinds. The range of motion on the push-ups is going to be harder and the squats are going to be easier, just to give you guys a heads up.
Hunter, did you have any questions on your Instagram that people asked?
It's really interesting. Sometimes I'll have guests on and everybody asks like very important questions and very valuable ones. And then there's other guests where they just come on and just completely rag on the guest and I. Like, people want to know if we're going to arm wrestle. They want to know. It's a gag list. You're a fun guy. They just want to have fun with you.
Well, Hunter and I will arm wrestle at regionals at some point.
Dude, I don't want to snap your arm off. It's going to be dangerous.
Dude, you say biceps win races. Let's see it.
Yeah, it's my forearms. People don't understand how big my forearms are. That's a piston right there. Yeah. Some Murph squats are a bit questionable. Only reason I asked. Well, you may be right about that. Yeah, we got judges out there, so don't worry about it. We'll show you what it looks like, and then you will repeat it. And if you do it wrong, you will be told.
Okay. Do you want to go into scoring?
Golf scoring.
So, yeah.
Let me just break this down, guys. So workout 1, you can be time capped. It's basically you're going to cross the finish line. Whoever crosses first, gets a score of 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. And then if you guys get time capped, it's based off the number of repetitions you get. So the run is the score of just 1. That's 1 point. But then all of a sudden, if you do all the push presses at 60 points, then the push-ups, it's 120 points, and then it's 240 for the squats. Let's just say for some reason, one person gets 300 reps and the other person gets 305. Pretty simple to see who won that. Our judges will be keeping track of you. The second workout, it's a combined score. So let's just say you get 40 deadlifts and 10 bench press. That's a score of 50. If you get the score, another person gets 20 and 30. The person that's got the higher double average wins. So we're looking for inadequacy in movement. So if you're a person who's got a substantially fantastic deadlift, but you have a really inadequate bench press, we see weakness and you'll be docked for that. So that's a tiebreaker right there. As far as the run goes, you guys, it's going to be golf scoring as well. It's always the same. Every single lap, 3 people are going to be dropped and they're going to be given the same amount of points. So the first group gets the highest amount of points. The second group gets the second highest amount of points, so on and so forth. And then in the last 3 laps, it's only going to be 1 person dropped at a time. So we're now on the last laps. These athletes are going around. Athlete 3 gets dropped. Now we're running with 2 athletes. Athlete 2 gets dropped, and we're left with this last athlete. And that athlete will get the score of 1, and it will go upward from there.
So it's the fastest around the track.
Fastest around the track for the first handful.
Yeah.
Dropping down from 21 to 18 to 15 to 12 to 9 to 6 to 3. At the 3 mark, it will be going to individuals. Okay? And that's where we're going to get those last refined level of points. If you guys have tiebreakers, let's just say there's 3 athletes with a score of 10. We've got 3 athletes with a score of 10. The person with the highest level, let's say one of those athletes got the score of 1, 1, and 8. That athlete clearly won 2 workouts. And, that person will then all of a sudden be the highest of those people that all scored 10, and so on and so forth. If you guys have questions, we'll very clearly outline this. The thing that I always tell people in these situations, the fastest way to beat the scoring system is to beat everybody else.
Run faster than your competition.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Are you going to give no reps and time penalties?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing that I would want to warn you guys about is rep is all about range of motion. Do good reps. You don't have any issues. as far as the only thing that you could really get penalties on is if we like clearly see you guys impeding other people's performances. Like if you guys are like going and you're running and for some reason like you kick somebody behind you or in front of you, we'll drop you.
DQ from the entire event or just that race?
I mean, we could drop you from that race, but if you get dropped from any of these races, you are pretty much dropped. You're not going to make it to championships. Championships is held in sunny Southern California in Chula Vista, right around the corner from Austin's house. You guys will be hosted at the Elite Training Center. And, you get to spend the night. You get to be fed amazing food. You get to hang out with us. You want to get there. It's snazzy.
It's very nice.
The HybridCon games, it comes with your food and your stay. And it's all on site where you will be competing. I won't talk too much about Grit Day, but I won't even say anything about Grit Day. But it's an all-inclusive. I mean, you're getting great food. We love working with the training center. It's everything is on campus. Everything you need is on campus. And I'm excited for the HybridCon games, even though we have until October still, about 5 months out. We're already starting to plan. I mean, we've already planned the majority of it. Do
you have the date, Austen? Is it going to be around?
A lot of work.
Yep. October 28th and October 29th.
Gotcha.
Yep. On a Saturday and a Sunday.
2-day event.
2-day event. I sent out questionnaires and feedback forms from the athletes, and probably 70% said, make this a 2-day thing. Make this like longer in experience. We don't want to fly out here for 1 day. And I was like, all right, cool. 2 days. If it keeps getting bigger, we'll go 3 days. If it keeps getting bigger, we'll go 4 days.
I think what I really want to do is take these guys to Mountain HQ Crestline and make them have to tussle with the big people at the bar there. That's a workout.
That's a tough one.
I think
some Crestline Kool-Aid.
Maybe in the future, I think one of the qualifying events would be like Run the Devil's Butt Crack, because that is a god awful.
Dude, the butt crack is the best. It's juicy.
All right. Question from Guru Meditations. On the lap running, how will you keep track when people start getting lapped by the front pack? And it is hard to tell who the last 3 are.
It's not hard to tell. You guys are all going to be wearing shirts with numbers on them. We have judges that keep track of it. We have judges that keep track of every individual athlete. So it's our judges' jobs to keep track of their athletes, and we'll keep track of the laps that they're doing. So it'll be very clear. And then there's the difference of like, hey, this person's running really fast and this person's running really slow. So it does make a pretty big difference. The tortoise versus the hare. Guys, this will be over quickly. It will be a bloodbath out there. So there's no time to run slow. No one's going to be really getting lapped.
And the distance is going to be pretty spaced out. There's a lot of distance for athletes there's going to be athletes that are very spread out.
Yeah. It's going to be a bad day. It's going to hurt, especially after those deadlifts.
I got a question for you, Austen. ESPN just posted a video of this man running through, I don't know what type of course or where he was at, but just looks like he is very involved in like the American Ninja Warrior course. Would you say an athlete, do you know what video I'm talking about? He starts like scaling a wall, and then he's like flipping from side to side on all these different hand grip motion, and like he goes through it quick. So do you think an athlete like that who's really good at one focused, obstacle course, but possibly not so good, do you think like an athlete like that is going to come out on top, or you're looking for probably a person that has a little bit more strength behind their selves to do the whole gambit?
Yeah, I don't think an athlete that's good in one realm is not. They're going to have less of a chance of succeeding. Like in Battle Bunker, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Isaiah Vidal, he did not come in first place in any of the workouts, did he, Hunter?
No.
But he placed pretty high in all the workouts. Like we're not looking for a specific athlete who's great at strength and bad at running. Yeah. We're looking for athletes who are well-rounded. This is hybrid. An athlete that can go from a heavy squat to a last athlete standing sprint. So, and we saw last year, like a lot of some of the world's top obstacle racers, Leon, and then we had Rylan, great athletes, great obstacle racing athletes, great endurance athletes, but didn't do so hot at the FUBAR event. So, athletes will need to be well-rounded, less skill. There's no Olympic lifts in what we do. You're not going to find handstand walks. You're not going to find kipping pull-ups. This isn't CrossFit. This isn't OCR. This is hybrid. This is Hypercon.
Barbell snatch.
No snatches.
Gotta love it. Miles Johnson asked if there's going to be a spotter on the bench. There will be only somebody there to help you from dropping the bar on your face, but not picking it up to begin with. So every movement that you initiate needs to be done by yourself.
So unracking, you will have to unrack the bar by yourself. And
have you given the weight standards for what the bench is going to be for men and women?
185.
185 for men. And then what's the weight for women? Yeah. So we're not going to let you, Miles, we're not going to let you guys drop the weight on yourself. There will be a spotter. There will be multiple judges. There will be 2 athletes benching at a time and 2 athletes deadlifting at a time. So it's not like we're going to have the whole gym full, like unlimited racks and bars. People will be hyper focused on your go. They'll be counting reps, and like we have 21 judges for event 1, but then event 2, we're still going to have 21 judges watching. So we're going to have a lead score. We'll have a transition score. We'll have Hunter there directing. Yeah, everything's going to be, it's going to be safe.
Yeah, I picked those weights because I Googled what the average male Marine weight was, just to find out kind of like what's the weight of an average person who's active military. And it was 175 pounds. So just to make it, rad, I bumped it up an extra 10. Yep.
So a follow-up from Miles. Hunter, you want to answer this? You want me to answer it?
Follow-up. Clark starts when? Oh, on the so the way this works, guys, is understand that there is going to be a running clock. I'm going to be the master clock. The way it's going to work is athlete 1 is going to go. You've got 60 seconds to do work. We are going to let you know that basically, 10 seconds, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Uh-oh.
Zoom freeze.
Yeah, Zoom freeze.
You guys are gone.
Okay, you're back. We got you.
What happened? What did you miss?
5, 4, 3, 2.
Okay, yep. So we're going to give you the countdown of when you're going to get off the bench. As soon as you're done your last rep, you basically have less than 10. You have 10 seconds to clear yourself off and put the next athlete in. And then you guys are going to start moving on. Boop, boop, boop. Every single minute, someone shifts forward. So by the 4th minute, you are now loading yourself onto the bar. That same athlete from minute 1, now on the 4th minute, is now on the bar for the deadlift. Athletes are always going to be taking the space of the athlete ahead of them at the top of every single minute. I will be the master clock. I will be very loud and proud about the master clock. The only way that you guys can get in trouble in this situation is if you impede forward movement, you will get DQ'd. Okay? All you have to do is just listen to instruction and allow everybody to move forward to the best of their abilities and do not impede forward movement. Okay? So I'm going to say, hey, guys, okay, great job on the bench. Get up, get going. Next athlete, we are going in 5, 4, 3, 2, go. And I am on this clock. I've got a wristwatch and I got a stopwatch. I'm going to have an assistant instructor with me there as well. Yep, pretty basic stuff, guys. Everyone's seen a watch before. We are going to be really on top of this, and you are going to have your own judge. Everybody gets their own judge with a piece of paper. Afterwards, you can look at your scorecard immediately, whatever the heck you want to do, but you need to move on.
Yeah. And when people hear 10 seconds, they're like, oh, shoot, that's not a lot of time. It's, when you're done with the weight, you'll rack it 10, 9, 8, 7. It's a lot of time to transition. And 3 of those transitions will be transitioning to rest. So, just be prepared for your sets when you go. There's going to be a 3-minute rest between the bench and the dead. And, it'll be great. Here's another good question from Guru Meditations. I'll answer that. We have a man by the name of Jason Clark that's going to be shadowing Hunter. at Eastern Regionals, and then he's going to be the race director for Western Regionals. He was involved with a competition last year. Great friends with him. He's a fitness trainer. He's a dad. He's a Marine, and he's overall a great guy. Yeah.
I don't even have a resume that good.
I know you don't. I'm gonna have to fire you and hire him.
Are we gonna get Hunter a bullhorn this year?
I need a bullhorn. I lost my voice last year. I need a better bullhorn.
Yeah, we'll have some megaphones and a bullhorn and yeah, whatever you need.
I got a fanny pack. I've got a really good hat. I've got a bullhorn.
Question: fanny pack back in the day when I was growing up in the '90s was always worn, in the front little pouch. Now it's like sling it over the shoulder. Are you wearing it seatbelt style, or are you wearing it like traditional? Put it on the fanny waist.
Everyone likes this tote purse thing. I don't do the tote purse thing. I wear it like a regular fanny pack.
Yeah,
and I love it. I really do love a good fanny. What else can we cover, guys? I mean, listen, I want to cover the master clock. Expect to be starting workout 1 by 7 o'clock. Like hard. And it is going to be a very militant clock. 7 to 7:45, males are going. As soon as the clock's done, clear the field. 7:45 to 8, athlete resets, judges resets. Female athletes, 8 to 8:45, 15. And then from there, we have a break. The next clock, I believe we're starting at 11. I have to get everything down. Then all of a sudden, we're basically going to go to like 11 to 12:30. Then you guys have your lunch break. And then we are going to be doing our last workout, I think, starting at 2. It's like, it is going to be going very, very quickly. And you guys will get this master sheets and everything will be fine. Everything will be displayed. The reason why it's designed this way is because Austen is running a live stream the entire time. And this is going to be fitting inside of the live stream. Understand, guys, that pretty much cameras are going to be running at all times. We are like a media-driven company. Austen is a media guru, and I think it's a really awesome opportunity that we're trying to take this sport and make it, and all the athletes, and make them stars. I have not seen that since being in this sport ever. So we want to do it the right way. It will be my job as a race director to make sure the events are running smoothly, the scoring is going smoothly, and that the athletes fully understand everything that they have to need to know. The rest of the team is there for support and logistics. Austen's in charge of media. Don't go to Austen and ask him questions that are meant for me. Don't go to me and get questions that are meant for Austen. It's not that we don't want to help you guys out, but in the form of efficiency, we're trying to do the best of our abilities, and we want to make sure that everybody gets 100% focus and the best opportunities coming from our team.
And I'm sure that you'll have people along the way. Like if you're going straight up to Austen for like, hey, where's the restroom? There's probably 3 people that you could probably talk to before it gets to, like, these are probably high level questions that need to be brought to you, not just, hey, what's the best place to eat around here?
No, I mean, listen, I'll tell you where the bathroom is. I will tell you guys, last time we did this, like, the clock is moving so hard and so fast. It's just so insane. It doesn't seem like we want to pay attention to you guys. It's just, it is a treadmill that is constantly running. And if we're not running, then we get scooped up and we get put on our ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Miles, this is, a great idea. We are going to be sharing the live tune-in link. So the athletes during the downtime or pre-time can tune in, and we'll be conducting interviews. Yeah, that's what we did last year. Matt B. Davis did a great job. He will be on site with us during the Eastern Regionals, and we will be facilitating that. Yeah, that's a valuable part of the live stream. You guys will just be able to tune in from your phones and talk to us. You'll be able to see us just like you are now. And yeah, that's going to be a part of the athlete check-in. We're going to say, if you have time, a few minutes, hop on the stream. We may or may not bring you on depending on how your connection is and whatever. You can use your cell phone connection, tune in and say what's up, say hey to your family, whatever.
Hey, I just got the question as far as deadlift goes. It doesn't matter what grip you use. You can switch grip, you can change grips, you can drop the bar and then change the direction of your grips. It doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want as far as your hands go. but you can't have anything that helps you hold the bar.
I'll do a schedule rundown again, just because I have it right here. Start, and this goes for Eastern and Western Regional. Start 7 to 7:15. Yard work is 2 hours. Each wave, male wave, female wave, are capped at 45 minutes. We'll end that at 9:15. Then at 10:30, if you notice, you have an hour and 15 minutes of downtime. Chill, hydrate, talk, go to the live stream, whatever, while we develop and calculate scoring from the first workout. Then at 10:30, we'll go into the barbell capacity test. 5 minutes per athlete. We'll end that at 12 noon, so about an hour and a half. Keep in mind, you will have 2 minutes that you are on as a competitor during that hour and a half. So there will be times where you're going to be up. And there will be times where you're going to be down. Workout 3 starts at 1:30. This is the last athlete standing. We project 75 minutes for this, and it will be done at about 2:30. And then we'll develop scoring. You'll have a chance to chat with spectators. We have a lot of spectators coming to both regionals. They're already signed up, and hop on the live stream, come chat, have some fun, eat a muffin, eat a banana, whatever you want to do, hydrate, and then we'll announce HybridCon Games qualifiers on the live during the regionals.
No, I'm pumped.
I'm too. I'm excited. This really gets me going.
Dude, I didn't sleep at all last night. I had one of the most hectic days of my life yesterday, and I need to chill out. This is the last piece of work I have before I leave for Manchester.
When you leave
tomorrow?
8:30 at night. Alex missed his flight today, so I'm probably going to put him in his bag, in my check bag. So, yep, we're just a team of boys just trying to figure out this world. Yep. I get there. I immediately get in. I land at 2:30. George and I are going to go to the weird bathhouse spa. And I reference it. It seems like a human trafficking spa, but it's not, I guess. But we are
a gay bathhouse.
What's that?
Is that a gay bathhouse?
No. It's just weird. It's a very weird space. Like you go in there and you're like, this doesn't feel like a professional arrangement, but it's very nice. So we'll do that. Saturday night, we all go out, have a big celebration, and then all of a sudden I go into just like bubble boy mode where I hide out. And then I will literally land the following Thursday in North Carolina. We do this, pack the bags, and then I will not hear you. You guys won't hear from me for about almost 3 weeks. I'll be in the woods.
I don't know what I'm going to do with my mornings.
I know. It's going to be tragic. You're going to have to run the show without us. Does anybody have any more questions before we bounce out of here?
Guru does.
Yeah, I think we're going to sweep the podium. I don't know, though. I mean, it'd be pretty ridiculous if we did take a European sport and just smack them around like that. Yep. Yeah, Guru guy, that was year one staff. We had to upgrade the staff. We had to upgrade ourselves. That includes myself in that equation. So, yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. I'd worry about working hard, and we're going to focus on that. You guys good?
Okay. It was a great show.
That was a great show. I'm really pumped that we got this information out there so that we got no questions, and you guys are going to be set. You have X amount of weeks leading up to this thing. With the information that you have from this podcast, please go train to the best of your ability. Have an absolute blast between now and then, and we really look forward to seeing you guys at the championship.
For sure.
Austen?
Yep.
Ryan, I love you both.
Love you guys too. See you next time. Thanks for tuning in, y'all.
Later, Gator.
See ya.